Hey everyone, it is Erin Chung, and I teach modern real estate agents how to become community influencers so that they can generate leads on demand and also to grow their real estate businesses on autopilot. So today we are talking all about how the internet has forced some changes and how to actually deal with these changes and to be able to monitor and adjust and go with the flow. Okay. So, because there are some changes that have been made, and all of you guys need to stay abreast on all of the stuff that's happening. So, before we dive in, I do want to tell you that if you want to take a deep dive into any of the things that I'm talking to you about today, I invite you to my free masterclass. It's called 100 Real Estate Leads in 90 Days. And this masterclass will actually teach you how to generate your first or next 100 real estate leads in 90 days. So, if you want to join the masterclass, please go ahead and do so. You can just go to 100leadsin90days.com. Again, that's 100leadsin90days.com. And that free masterclass is all yours. Okay. So we are talking all about the internet and how things are changing. And I want to make sure, as I always do, that you guys are constantly updated on everything that's happening at all times. So what I want to talk about today, actually, let me back up because this is how this all came about. So I'm in a lot of Facebook groups. As you guys know, I spend a lot of time on social media, probably too much time on social media. But what I have noticed a lot lately is a lot of you guys are saying, gosh, like I wish I could just outsource my lead generation 100% because I want to focus on what's important to me, which is being a real estate agent. Okay. I get it. And I totally understand why you're saying that, where you're coming from, all of those things. I get it. Because you got into this business because you wanted to be an agent and you probably love serving people. You love serving your community. And basically you're like, okay, I'm an agent. This is going to be like amazing. And I get it. What they don't tell you though is that you need to be a really good real estate agent, but you also need to be a really good marketer. Okay. People don't talk about that stuff because you were 100% responsible for your lead generation, as I'm sure you figured out by now. Okay. So I have a question for you. If you are not able to generate leads for your business, is it still possible for you to stay in business? Okay, that's the first question. The first question, if you really think about it, I know it sounds harsh, but if you really think about it, the answer is no. Okay, and here's why. What is the lifeblood of every single business? Just take a second to think about that. Okay, what is the lifeblood of every single business? I don't care if it's a real estate business. I don't care if it's a local business, my business, it doesn't matter. The lifeblood of every single business is cash. Without cash, you are not in business. You just have a very expensive hobby, and that's the truth, okay? So where does cash come from? Cash comes from sales. Sales comes from leads, and leads comes from traffic. And where does traffic come from? Marketing. It all starts with marketing, okay? So this is why I say it's not enough to just be a good realtor. You also have to be a really good marketer as well. It's inevitable at this time, okay? It wasn't always like this though. It didn't always have to start with marketing. There was a point in time, probably any moment, any decade that you want to choose before this one, for the last 30 to 40 to 50 years, you didn't have to do this. This is all brand spanking new. Some of you guys who've been in business for a really long time, you can probably remember the days where people stumbled into your brokerage or stumbled into your open house or stumbled across your listings, okay? I was shocked when I first became an agent and I found out that people had what they called some of you guys probably remember this, floor duty, where you would just sit there and whoever walked in or called from the yellow pages, that agent got to sit there for a couple of hours and that's how they generated leads. The leads actually came to them, okay? Those days are over. So people don't do that anymore, okay? Think about how people find things now. The way that everyone, I don't care who you are, the way that people find things now is they search. Nobody browses. They search, Okay. Think about like back in the day when you used to go to the mall, you would go and like find shirts and dresses and all those things, and you would just go and like browse around. Like I can remember being a kid and my mom would drop me off and me and my friends would hang out at the mall, go to the food court. We'd make a day out of it. It was fun. We would like find and discover new toys and things and clothes that we wanted. No one does that anymore. They just don't. Okay. Like nowadays, especially little kids, like they all know they want something on Amazon. They just order it and that's it. You search for it, you want it, you buy it, it's done. No one really browses, okay? So likewise, this is no different from you because you also have something to sell, which is obviously houses, okay? People are not just wandering around, driving around aimlessly anymore. If you think about the last few open houses that you've done, if you have asked them, hey, how did you find the open house? I guarantee you the vast majority of them said, oh, I saw it on Redfin, or I saw it on Zillow, or my agent sent it to me, or like, you know what I mean? Like nobody browses. They all have the MLS on their phones ready to go at all times. They've even seen inside the listing. They've seen inside the open house before you even opened the front door. That's the truth. That's the way, that's how we live these days. Okay. So keeping that in mind, when I tell you that you have to be a good realtor and a darn good marketer, this is it. It may be hard to handle sometimes, and it's hard to hear. I know that because no one told you when you got your license that this was required, and especially because no one could have predicted any of these changes. But this is the climate that we live in today. This is it, and we have to move forward and follow suit. That's it, okay? So think about your own life. Think about how much you go on Amazon and don't go to the mall anymore. And it's the same thing. Your buyers and sellers are in the same exact position as you. They're not stumbling anymore. They're just not. So your lead generation has to be 100% intentional. 100% intentional. Okay. So again, good realtor, good marketer. That's how it's got to be from now on. The thing that really honestly like hurts my feelings the most is that a lot of you guys are really good real estate agents. I mean, like really good. But because you're not discoverable and people can't find you when they Google agent in Houston or wherever you choose, they're hiring your competitor who you know is not as good as you. And the reason why they're doing it is because your competitor is not as good as an agent as you, but your competitor is a better marketer than you. Your competitor was easier to be found than you. And that like honestly hurts my feelings because I see you guys like, especially some of you guys who are in the groups that I run, you guys are hustlers. And it's unfair that you're a better agent and you're not getting those leads. Those leads belong to you. And if you really look at it that way, you owe it. You owe it to your local residents to be able to get found. You owe it to them because it's not a good experience for them to go to someone who is not as good as you and have a subpar experience when you could have wowed that person and knocked their socks off, but instead they went to someone else and had a bad experience or a mediocre experience. It's not fair. It's not good for you. It's not good for the person. It's not good for anyone. So if you really do consider yourself the community influencer, the local leader, the agent, the top producer, you owe it to yourself to take a second to build up your online presence so that you can now get found when people are searching for you. The last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is this. Many of you guys have never even Googled yourself. We're going to go there today, okay? We're going there. You've never even Googled yourself. What I want you to do is after this is over, I want you to go on Google and enter your name and see what comes up. I guarantee you, some of you have like your Facebook profile is going to come up or it'll be another person with an identical name as you. You will not be found. And I'm telling you, when you go on listing appointments, when you go on buyer's appointments, when you meet people at church or the grocery store or whatever, the first thing they're going to do is go home and Google you. And if they can't find you, let me tell you what they're going to think. If I can't even find them online, how in the heck are buyers supposed to find my house online? It's a valid question, isn't it? It's a very valid question. If no one can find you online, how can you tell a listing at a listing appointment? How can you tell a seller and look them in the eye and say, I can market your house? Because they couldn't even find you. Okay. So the good news and bad news. I'll start with the bad news. The bad news of stumbling and browsing is over. Done. It's over. Okay. People are not going to stumble across you anymore. It's not how things work, and that's okay. Because the good news is that you can become completely intentional with all of your marketing. And when you become intentional with all of your marketing, the sky is the limit. I have people in my academy every single day who are generating thousands of real estate leads and thousands and thousands and thousands of leads just every single week, every month. And they're helping people, they're discoverable, and people can find them. And that's probably why they're taking your leads, to be honest. So I want better for you. Like, everyone should live their best life, right? Okay. So if you are in the academy, good news is that all of this is covered. It's covered in module 3, which is all on lead capture. Module 4 covers Facebook ads and online advertising. And 6 covers video, and 7 covers SEO and blogging. Okay, so if you're not there yet, don't worry. All of this stuff is all covered inside the academy. If you're not a student of mine, no problem. I still have resources for you to help you start your journey. Okay. If you're not a student of mine, all you have to do is go to communityinfluencerplan.com. Once again, that's communityinfluencerplan.com. And if you go there, you can go ahead and download my plan. It'll start you on your journey to generate real estate leads, sales, and referrals without cold calling and door knocking. Okay. So I like to teach modern marketing. Okay. So I do see a couple of questions and comments here. So I'm just going to check the chat real quick. And then yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. First of all, I do want to say thank you for everyone who is joining me today. We have quite a few of you on the call today. So I just want to say thank you very much. If you prefer to listen as a form, as a podcast, I do have a podcast called Community Influencer Show Podcast. Just look for it on iTunes. And if you are following me on YouTube or Facebook, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, all of the above. Okay. Share. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so Gersha says that she remembers floor duty. So yeah, floor duty is a thing of the past. I wish it was still here. The reality of the situation is that it is not. Nikki Brown says that I'm her favorite community influencer. Thank you so much, Nikki. I appreciate it. And then I also saw one more question of, Gersha says, how can I get the t-shirt? Okay, so the t-shirts, we have a shop. For those of you who don't know, it's communityinfluencershop.com. So if you want to get one of the t-shirts, there's tons of like really cute t-shirts in there for real estate agents. It's all, we focus, as you guys know, on lead generation. And so some of it's not online lead generation. Some of it is in-person lead generation. And so we launched apparel to help you guys generate leads, even when you're out and about in the community, at the grocery store, wherever. So you can generate leads, even with your clothes. Okay. Cherie says that I tell it like it is. Yes, I do. I can't help it. I keep it 100% real with you guys. You know that I always will. And a lot of you guys come to me because I do keep it real. Okay. So Marianne, thank you. You are so welcome. She says that the course is the hands down the best one that she's paid for in the last 20 years. So I appreciate that, Marianne. Thank you for being a member. And I really do appreciate you being here. Awesome. Really quickly from Taryn says, when will the course enrollment be back up? We only open the academy for once a quarter, Taryn. So if you want to join, you can go to the waitlist, go to leadstrategyacademy.com/waitlist, and you can jump on the waitlist there. Okay. We open it for public enrollment once a quarter. I think the next one's going to be in August, if I'm not mistaken. Virginia, what is the website address again? So Virginia, you can go to communityinfluencerplan.com. Again, that's communityinfluencerplan to get the plan. If you're talking about the shop, go to communityinfluencershop.com. Okay. Sweet. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'm so excited. I'm honored that you took time out of your day to even come and join me. So thank you so much. And if you are joining late, no problem. You can always click here and then just refresh it in order to see the replay. All right. So I'll see you guys soon. And thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.